Dear America, what have we done that has been so unpleasing in your sight? What have we done against you and your race for you to hate us so? You tore us from our lands of Africa, but you hate us. You lured our black African kings with trinkets of magic and beauty and selling his own people, but you hate us. We traveled the high seas, lying in our own as well as our brothers and sisters' vomit, urine, and feces, but you hate us. You raped our black women, starting the interracial breeding on the Middle Passage, but you hate us. We bore the unwanted children from the unwanted rapes of our slave masters, but you hate us. Any reason you found, you broke up the black families and you sold us, but you hate us. We work sun up from sundown, building America, but you hate us. You buck broke raped our black brothers in front of our families to instill the fear of control in our minds, but you hate us. You incorporated the theory of breaking a slave like a horse to conform our minds to need and depend on you, but you hate us. We were placed on the auction block and viewed and purchased like livestock for a farm, but you hate us. We were branded, labeled, and even tagged like animals, but you hate us. We endured the daily cruelty of your punishment, but you hate us. We endured the rope ties and skin stripping whippings while strapped to a wooden post or tree, but you hate us. We were fed the scraps from master's table, but you hate us. Our slave children entertained and played with your wonderful child until it was time for the slave child to go to the fields and work sun up to sundown until the day he or she died, but you hate us. We wore the hand-me-downs, burlap clothing, and scraps of rags upon our bodies, but you hate us. Our black sisters nursed your children from her own breast as well as her own, but you hate us. We made to tend to your sick, your housework, your field work, and the works of your flesh, but you hate us. We fought and stood beside you for equality and justice for all, but you hate us. We invented things, made things, and came up with things to make all our lives easy then and now, but you hate us. Our families cried as they were torn apart and sold all over for the betterment of building a great America for all, but you hate us. You call us out of our name while giving us the name of our slave masters because you want to feel proud of your accomplishment of producing and filling your stock, as you so kindly put it. But you hate us. When you were sick, we's were sick, but we's made us better so that we's could continue to endure the harsh treatment from you upon our race. But you hate us. When trouble arose, we came to your rescue so you would not suffer great loss, but you hate us. Our freedom was won. We sharecropped for you and did the best we could to survive because we were brought here with nothing. You stripped us with nothing. We had nothing, and you gave us nothing from the start, but you hate us. You so kindly used the word of God to your twisted lightning while burning the crosses in our yard, but you hate us. If we looked, whistled, or spoke to your women, we were lynched, or sometime just because the color of our skin, but you hate us. We started to educate ourselves and fight for what was right for us, but you hate us. You humiliated us, spit in our face, threw and poured food and other things on us during the era of civil rights, but you hate us. You back then separated us by our color on the bus, train, restaurant, lunch counter, and water fountains, to name a few. But we were all made in God's image, not yours. But you hate us. Our black enslaved women endured the father of gynecology, J. Marion Sims, horrible medical experiments on them to satisfy his understanding that left a lot of us and our infants dead. But you hate us. Our black women endured the sterilization and enforced upon them in order to get welfare benefits and medical treatment. But you hate us. 600 of our black men endured the syphilis experiment because they were poor and illiterate. but you hate us. You took the cells from Miss Lack, a poor, uneducated black woman, and used her cells known as the HeLa cells to develop polio vaccine, do cancer and AIDS research, and gene mapping. But you hate us. Years have passed and our race have endured much, and seated in a house designed by a black man and occupied by many white men, seats our first African American president. But now you truly hate us. For those Americans, ask yourself, do you hate us because we are an inferior race that has endured the test of time of your treatment? As much as we want to hate you, we don't. We have humbled ourselves and showed you grace and mercy, like the Lord our God do each and every day for each one of us. We turned the other cheek like the Word of God says every time, only for you to slap the other each time. We continue to show our respect to you. We smile only to continue to shed the tears of hurt and pain as our young black men are being gunned down. When will we get sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of the repeated hate? Heaven and hell is not broken down by race, and Jesus is not black or white. So if God can look at you and not your skin color to bless you and show you respect, grace, and mercy, don't you think the black race has suffered enough and we are entitled to your respect, grace, and mercy? So I ask you again, America, what have we done, the black race, that has been so unpleasing in your sight for you to hate us so? I am YB, the inaugural philosophical paparazzi. I hope this word will touch you and many others. Pass it on.